If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum.
Shrine of Apollo.
I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
Let's see what I can do. No, I will get... This will prioritize the new quest showing its objective markers. No, I'll get right on that. Okay. So I am now Gordon, investigator, licensed to be an extreme nosy person. I feel oddly comfortable in this role. Point of origin. I've travelled thousands of years into the past. I'll need to find a way back to my original timeline somehow. Figure out how to return to your original time. Perhaps whoever brought me here can send me back. Whoever brought me here? I brought me here by stepping into a portal. Oh, maybe I need to talk to Galerius, the man that brought me from the portal to here. Does he know something about it? Why was he hanging around the portal? He was praying to Prosperia? I really need to remember how to say that name. The Golden Rule. This city lives in fear of a mysterious law called the Golden Rule. Figure out who's most likely to break the Golden Rule and inform Sentius. It seems everyone in the city is going to die because of one person breaking the Golden Rule. Because there's always one, right? I need to figure out who it is. To that end, Sentius has asked me to talk to everyone and help them if it'll win their trust. He also authorized me to enter their homes and inspect their possessions and documents if necessary. Oh, it's going to be necessary. You know, what has he done giving me this power? Dying gasp. Something's wrong at the Shrine of Apollo. Find out what's distressing Lucretia. Right, yes, that's where he told me I should start. Okay, the man moves fast. I came in there, yeah, that's the portal? I think that's the portal. Nice. Yeah, I think we went down there with Galerius and through there, and then we came... Wasn't that the Shrine to Apollo up there? There was a clinic there. I think I have to go over there. And I need to talk to people and rummage through their stuff, apparently. Can I... Sentius's chest. Okay, don't steal anything. He gave me permission to go through their things, didn't he? Okay, you know what? Let's just work on the assumption that stealing is probably sinful, yeah? Guard or a statue? Now, Galerius, when we were walking here, didn't he mention that there was only... I think he mentioned there was only about 20-something people here. Yes, I'm very nervous of round mosaics now. Note from Scintilla. Summary. Scintilla expresses gratitude to Sentius for adopting her. Okay. Scintilla to Sentius. May Jupiter Optimus Maximus continue to protect and guide you. Thank you for making me your daughter and for the lovely birthday pendant. I promise will wear it always. I feel so safe and fortunate to have you as my father and Sentia as my sister. I sense you've been feeling apprehension about the election next month. But if you can just show them the strong and dependable man I know you to be, you will be re-elected. I'm sure of it. Okay. Any more pages? Doesn't look. Okay, so I've got permission to go through stuff like that, but probably not to be taking stuff. I can't remember. Did he mention? He's authorized me to enter their homes and inspect their possessions and documents, not take them. So I'm pretty sure I'm... Straight hello.
Ugh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here. What do you want?
I'm a barbarian. What's your story? Do you know a way out of here? What do you think about the golden... I tell you what, let's just go with... Who are you?
I'm Sentia, eldest daughter of the magistrate. But you'd know that if you'd been invited in here and introduced properly. What are you doing in here? And why are you dressed like that?
Charming. I'm not from around here. If you couldn't tell, I'm a visitor from far, far... Did you just raise an eyebrow at me, young lady?
Really? I'd never have noticed, what with your flawless accent, appropriate attire, and impressive mastery of our customs.
Okay.
Now, remind me, why are we having this conversation?
No idea. Beginning to wonder that myself, because honest... Okay. Remember the golden rule. No sinful things. Simple things probably include slapping the arrogance out of this person. Seriously, with the eyebrow. You're annoying me now. Do you know a way out of it? Oh, could that be bad? Could that be bad? I could mean, do you know a way out of this building? But I suspect I mean, do you know a way out of the city? Isn't that sinful? I tell you what, let's just go with, what do you think about the golden rule?
You know, some people say it's the creation of an all-seeing God who's watching everything we do. But what kind of an awful, incompetent God would let my sister go missing on his or her watch?
Fair question. Maybe it's best if you don't go insulting the gods, just in case. Well... I think it's a bit too late for that, but it's pretty much a fair question. And apparently that's not sinful. I'm going to go with that's not sinful. Questioning the god. No. Isn't that blasphemy? Isn't that blasphemy? Okay, let's just... She does have a point, though.
Did you hear that? Curse you, you coward! Where is my sister? What do you have to say for yourself? No response. Nothing. That's what I thought.
Okay, that was a little... Okay, well, at least we know that blasphemy doesn't break the golden rule. Okay, right. I was going to say, but I think it would have been pretty much done and dusted already with the way she's speaking.
I'm telling you, this mysterious god of ours has to be asleep on the job. Either that, or, like people are saying, it really is just a children's fable my father is exploiting to frighten us into behaving.
Ooh. I suppose we'll find out sooner or later. Yeah. That's true, isn't it? I mean, is it true? Should we go upstairs and nick something just to find out? No. Because even then it'll be like, well, maybe stealing isn't actually technically sinful if it's in a good cause. We're not going to know until someone does something really heinous.
I suppose we will.
Now I want to know, does asking for a way out of here, does that classify as sinful? And if so, will I basically be the death of us all? I tell you what, for now...
I trust you can see yourself out.
Yes, I trust I can do that too. God, you're annoying. You're a very nice young lady. It was a pleasure to meet you. We didn't come this way. Did we come this way? Didn't we come up through here? Kitchen. Alright, probably what I should do... Probably what I should do is my job, which is being an exceptionally nosy person. Stove. It's no doubt unpleasant cooking with such poor ventilation, but Romans probably regard that as their servant's problem. And that's not sinful. So being unkind to one's servant's not a sin. Vial. A small vial containing a rudimentary perfume made from flowers and oil. Alright. A bust. A sculpture of Ares, the god of war, Greek god of war, known to the Romans as Mars. Can't look at the parchment. Cosmetic jar. A brass jar containing some sort of powder for makeup. Sentia's journal. Dear Diary, today my father suggested I write a diary as a way of keeping myself occupied while we all deal with the sudden and devastating disappearance of my sister, and so that any nosy person can figure out exactly what I'm thinking. As a dutiful daughter, of course, I shall oblige. The following pages contain my innermost secrets. Thank you. I know you're reading this, Father. I'm beginning to like her. I'm beginning to like her. I may be young, but do not think me stupid. We're all entitled to our secrets. Sentia. Okay. Reading mode? Ah, right. Okay, no. She's growing on me. Sentia's chest. Do not steal. I'm fairly sure that's got to be sinful. We'll test that theory out if we get desperate enough. Ink jar. A ceramic ink jar. The ink appears to be made from soot and water. Okay. Brass mirror. Brass mirror has been polished into a rudimentary mirror which has been used for applying makeup. So, bit vain. Okay. Sentilla's chest. Okay, this is Sentilla the happy daughter. Was it here? Did we come in here? Did we come in? I don't think we did. I think we came in this way, didn't we? Can't remember, actually. I really can't. Okay. Terrible sense of... Okay, we'll...
Citizen?
We'll talk to you another time. Because I think it was there. Alright, a single soldier. Sentius and Malleus, same excrement, different smell. I'm guessing Malleolus, is somebody else running for election.
What were you two talking about?
Sorry, what? Yeah, let's go with sorry, what?
Don't play dumb. I saw you. Having a shady little chat with old man Sentius up on his balcony. What's he offering you? Money? Favours? What's your vote worth to him?
He wasn't trying to buy my vote. We weren't talking about the elections. We were actually not talking about the elections at all.
What else would you be murmuring about on election day? Mark my words, Malleolus is going to be magistrate by the end of the day. And if I tell him you've sided with that feeble old has-been, that you've been trying to undermine his hard-won victory, you'll have picked the wrong patron. Got it?
I don't care about the election. I wasn't thinking of interfering, but now I am. Okay, I'm supposed to be getting people to help me, right? I don't care about the election.
Good, then stay out of it. Nobody likes caput murde foreigners interfering in an election.
Wouldn't dream of it. Thanks for the warm welcome. I'll be going now. No, look, I'm basically now the official nosy person for the city. Okay, that's what I was talking to him about. I've now got a job sticking my nose in where it doesn't belong. So, could I ask some questions?
Can't hurt.
You probably can. What's your... Yes. Who are you?
The name's Domitius. You want to get to Malleolus, you go through me.
Why are you dressed like a gladiator? Don't... Okay, well now I am curious. Why are you dressed like a gladiator?
Why? Because I am a gladiator. That's why.
Okay, but you're nowhere near an arena. I mean, this is... I'm sorry, but you are... And you're not even near the person you're supposed to be protecting?
You want to see me fight? Keep running your mouth, fatuous cunners.
Okay, I'm just asking... All right, can I meet Malleolus?
Too bad. He's busy. Unless... No. You don't look like you could afford it.
Okay, afford what?
I'm glad you asked. See, he's a busy man, and this is an important day. He'll be inside practicing his victory speech for tonight. Left me strict instructions he doesn't want to be disturbed. So if you want to see him, I'll need something valuable in return.
Ah. Figured out how to get into Malleolus's villa. Alright, what do you want? Isn't soliciting bribes a sin? Isn't... Oh. Isn't that a sin? Is that not a sin?
Bribe? That's such an ugly word. What I'm looking for is more of a tribute to me, your soon-to-be patron.
Okay. What exactly are you asking me to get for you?
Dunno. Something good.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Just make it good.
Maybe I'll find something. Do you know a way out? No. What? Who are you going to vote for? That's a stupid question, isn't it? So I'm going to ask it.
Malleolus, of course. If old man Sentius can't even protect his own daughter, how can we trust him to protect
right,
us?
Sentius's daughter's missing. Maybe I should speak to him about that, actually. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
I think it's gone on long enough, and Malleolus is going to put an end to it once he's elected.
Sounds great. Can I help some? How's he going to do that? How exactly is he going to end it? Isn't it like an edict from the gods?
He's going to announce it in his victory speech. Just you wait and see.
Why can't you tell me now?
'Cause if I tell you, and it gets out, it'll give old man Sentius a chance to interfere in our plans. And we can't have that.
Sounds great. Can I help? I'm not sure I believe that. Right, I'm supposed to be getting in... I'm supposed to be, you know, helping out to win their trust. So is there a way I can help?
We've already lined up the votes he needs to win. Just stay out of our way, and we won't have a problem.
Okay, sure. I'll be going now.
Whatever. Just remember, I'll be watching.
Did you really just whatever me? Golden rule, golden rule, golden rule, golden rule. Right. Okay.
Citizen? Ah, you've returned. Do you have any news about your investigation?
Maybe. I was hoping to ask some... Can we talk about who's got... No, I was hoping to ask you some questions about my investigation. No, what's your story? Okay, did I ask you about that? I don't think I did.
Sextus Sentius Imperiosus is my name, though magistrate is the proper way to address me. Before I wound up here, I was a decurion in the cavalry of Imperial Rome, helping protect civilization from the barbarians.
Okay, what's a decurion? Yeah.
It's a cavalry officer. I had 30 men under my command. This was my uniform.
Why are you still wearing it? Because you did say it was my uniform.
As magistrate, I usually wear a toga, but today I may need to survive long enough to create the portal for you, so it seemed prudent.
You need to create a portal for me? Oh! You can send me back, can you? Okay, how did you end up here?
My men and I were at the Emporium in Rome as honor guard for a visiting dignitary arriving upriver by barge. Now, the port is usually bustling, but just as our guests arrived, waves of people began running toward the river from streets and alleyways in every direction. They were trying to escape a terrible fire. Unfortunately, the crowd sent my horse into a panic, and I remember it losing its footing by the water's edge. The next thing I knew, I was waking up on a riverbank not far from here in the company of some stranger. I went looking for my horse and discovered that lonely temple. You can probably figure out the rest.
Right, okay. So how did you become the magistrate?
I was elected 7 months ago, uncontested because of my command experience. Since then, there's been growing agitation for another election. They're supposed to be annual, but I agreed to hold it sooner, hoping it would placate my constituents. Unfortunately, it just seems to have emboldened certain elements instead.
Yeah. Alright, let's talk about something
Very well.
else. Do you know of a way out of... I'm so nervous about asking that, but I'm guessing if blasphemy's not a sin, that's probably okay, right? I mean, just asking if there's a way out of here isn't...
If I did, I'd have led these people out of here already.
Okay, I thought that was... Okay, you know what? I'm getting the wrong end of the stick then. So getting out of here is not necessarily sinful. Trying to leave, is it not? Okay. What do you think of the golden rule?
I've had plenty of time to think about it. Let me see if I can sum up my thoughts. I've always considered my guiding star to be the well-being of the Roman people. Our survival and prosperity have always hinged upon honoring the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. Give the gods what they want and we all prosper. Dishonor them and we all die. It's as simple as that. The real enemy in this place is not the golden rule, but human failings. The temptation to slide into degeneracy, greed, and hubris. I trust that answers your question.
Yeah, sort of. I'll be going.
Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
How do they know this golden rule is a thing? I mean, no one can have put it to the test so far, otherwise everyone would be dead. And I was assuming it meant they got turned into... Out of curiosity, why are these statues up on, well, shall we say statue places? Oh, were these previous inhabitants who broke the golden rule before all of these guys got here? And they moved them and stuck them up as statues? Maybe they didn't realise what they were at the time. Okay. Either option's pretty twisted. So we know that blasphemy doesn't break the golden rule, and neither does asking for a way to leave the city. And after the conversation with the magistrate's daughter, we can deduce that neither does being snarky. Somebody up there. Now let's focus on getting to the temple and speaking to Lucretia? Was it? Good question. Okay. Right. So, woo! Sorry. Hello?
Name's Rufius. Better watch your step.
Okay. Okay. Who are you?
Can't talk long. Got to stay sharp, but... family's from Seleucia on Tigris. Babylon province. But I've been roaming a long time now. Even joined the legions. The 6th. The one they call Ironclads.
Okay. How did you end up here?
Same way as everyone else.
Okay, well, I know one person ended up here because they washed up on the shore. That's kind of how I ended up here in a way. Why are you still wearing your legionary armor? I mean, if there's no fighting here, actually, it doesn't make much sense for there to be armor. Well, for people to wear armor, I mean, obviously they would have brought armor with them. It's a status thing, isn't it?
Because we're all in grave danger. Is it
Or
not
that.
obvious?
Or that. Okay, why don't you have a weapon then? Because you're not allowed to have them and you threw them in the chasm, yeah?
Magistrate made me toss it in the chasm.
Yep.
Stupid. Going to have to improvise now.
Okay. We seem to have a good candidate for Breaker of Golden Rule. Not much of a talker. Yeah, you sort of speak in very short, curt sentences that don't really say a lot, but somehow exude menace.
If you were dealing with what I am, you wouldn't be either.
And what exactly are you dealing with?
None of your business.
Okay.
Introiti ipsum commensula.
Just... Fine, let's talk about something else then.
If we have to.
Do you know a way out? Okay. Do you know a way out of here?
If I did, do you think we'd be having this conversation?
Okay. Probably not. Alright. What do you think about the Golden Rule? I'm guessing you're not a fan.
I'll tell you this much. I hate the fact that my survival depends on the common sense of other people.
Yeah. What do you mean? I know the feeling. I've lived through a pandemic. Yep, no, I know that feeling, mate.
Then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, all these people just bumble along like nothing's wrong. Well, we're one bad decision away from being wiped out.
Oh, yeah.
Like the last lot of people who lived here.
Yep.
Seems like I'm the only one ready for what's coming. Whatever that is. And when it hits, it's everyone for themselves. You've been warned.
Okay. What do you think is coming, exactly?
I don't know. But did you ever get the feeling some of these statues are watching us when we're not looking?
Yeah.
Like they're waiting for something. I don't like it.
I think you're right. I think you're paranoid. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, the giveaway is the fact that their heads turn to face you when you're not looking. So yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Of course I am.
Okay. Who are you going to vote for? Sure.
Meliodas. Not sure I trust Sentius. Couldn't even protect his daughter in a city without sin. How's he going to protect us?
Yeah. Are we sure that... I mean, his daughter's missing. Are we sure she didn't just get seriously bored? Anything I can do to change that? No, I'm not looking to change your vote. I am not here to interfere with local politics. Let's talk about something else.
Fine.
Or let's talk about nothing.
Whatever.
Seriously, you just whatevered me. Right, yeah, no, I'm not here to interfere in the election. I need to just wander around and see what I can find. I'm looking for somebody called Hi. Lucretia.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Yulia. She was a good woman.
Right, what happened? I was hoping to chat. Should I come back late? No. What happened?
She was poisoned. She came in here frothing at the mouth.
Wait.
Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Desius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall. But there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule.
Right.
So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Okay, see, this is what I was going to ask you. How has she been poisoned if there's a golden rule? That snake's cruel black eyes. Are you sure she wasn't just bitten by a snake? I mean, that would seem to make sense, because I'm fairly sure poisoning someone to death is going to be considered sinful, right? Is there something I can do to help?
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Okay. That's dangerous talk. I'm pretty sure she knows that. I'll see what I can... I'll get right on it. Yeah, so you want me to get this resin without breaking the golden rule, otherwise you're going to break the golden rule. Brilliant, fine. Yes, I'll get right on that.
Well, come back if you get sick or injured. Day or night, I'll do what I can.
Right. Yeah, do you mind if I poke around a little bit? I'm just... kind of new. It's just... very, very creepy. I can't believe they're not... Well, I guess they're just used to it. I was going to say, I'm surprised they're not weirded out by it. A collection of barbaric-looking medical implements, including forceps and shears. Okay. Old chests. Oh, locked. All right. So, she said this... was it Desius? Was around the corner. She pointed over there, though, didn't that be you?
Salve.
Okay, hi.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Desius.
Desius.
Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we?
Yeah. Let's start with, who are you?
You mean how did I end up here?
More or less.
That is a lengthy tale.
Okay, well, I'm a very nosy person, so let's hear it.
All right. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome, just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, open to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing through a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
You chose the cart, didn't you?
Of course I chose the cart. I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber.
Good girl. I think I can... So you took her with you after all. You didn't, did you? You left her there.
Naturally, I dived in after it, hoping to salvage my fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something, because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank, not far from here, with nothing in the world but a single silver coin.
Commiserations. Sounds like you got what you'd... I'm supposed to be trying to convince this guy to give us some resin. Yes, now that sounds terrible. You poor, poor man.
Thank you, friend. But it turns out it might have been a stroke of good fortune, because this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. If I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
Okay. Do you know a way out of it? Obviously not.
I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out.
Okay.
I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking.
Seriously, did those words just actually come out of your mouth? Yeah, really, I hadn't noticed.
Oh yeah, gotta watch out. Old Desius has got your back though.
Right, okay. What do you think about the golden rule?
It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
A bow? Hasn't the magistrate banned weapons? I'm not getting them. Yeah! Hasn't the magistrate banned weapons?
Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
Which is another word for dishonest. I'll see what I can do. I'm not getting you, but I'll see what I could do.
Thank you, friend.
Curiosity, who are you going to vote for?
Malleolus. I mean, Sentius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
I'd like you to vote for Sentius. No. I want to talk about something else.
Certainly.
Okay, yeah, okay. Seriously, what I'm here for is silphium resin.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
How would I come up with 1,000 denarii? You're price gouging over life-saving medicine. What is wrong with you? I don't have that. Where would I get 1,000 denarii?
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years?
I don't have that kind of money. What about a bow?
Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
Steal it! That cannot be good!
Very well. Another time.
Okay. So is this... Okay, this looks more like a baker's than a... Loaf of bread. A circular loaf of bread designed to be pulled apart into wedges. It appears to be freely available to anyone who wants it. Oh, so we can just take this... I don't really need bread at the moment. Okay. Mill. A stone mill. It looks like flour and grain are poured in from above and ground between the stones as the handles are rotated. Yeah, guess that's how a mill works. A Roman recipe for bread. Bread recipe. Ingredients: a generous pinch of yeast, a pinch of salt, 2.5 cups of warm water, 1 pound of flour. Instructions: pour the water in a mixer bowl and dissolve the yeast. Add the flour to a separate bowl and gradually add water and salt. Knead it until the dough isn't too sticky or floury. Cover the dough and leave in a warm place near the oven for an hour or so it rises. Bake until the crust is golden and allow to cool. Okay, could that be useful? Alright, steal from his slot villa. Straight as an arrow. A bow might come in useful. Obtain a bow. There's no way Desius is going to sell me the silphium.
How'd you do?
Yeah, I'm fine. Stall. One of these your stall? Ah, yes. Okay. I'm guessing that's... I can. And I know you're
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Desius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Interesting. And he... Alright. Hello, you are... Graffiti. Sinner. You are a sinner?
Sometimes I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
Oh, right, yeah. Where is that? I was looking at that another time. Okay, Virgil.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil.
Okay.
You arrived on a sad day, friend. What with Julia's death? I wish we could have met under better circumstances.
Alright. Yeah. Okay, so what's your story?
Well, I'm an architect.
Okay.
Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people. That kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
Correct. No! Incorrect! Incorrect! Tell me about the city's history.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek.
Okay, isn't it common for Romans to copy Greek art and architecture?
Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell.
You know, I've got to be honest with you. I've been wondering how long this place has been around. Because the statue... Okay, don't want to talk to you about this, actually. Tell me about the architecture.
Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake, and allows us to fish and farm.
If they bring water into the city, could we use them to escape?
Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow.
Okay.
Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it.
Well, no, everyone's talking about it. Everyone answers that question and nothing bad's happened, so we're good. We're good on that. Tell me about the temple on the bluff.
You mean the Great Temple? This one's a bit of a mystery.
Okay.
Given the way it's positioned so prominently, looking down on us, it's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the Golden Rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know.
Right. Somebody. Yeah.
Of course.
Do you know a way out of here? Well, we've already asked that. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Some people say it's divine, the work of a god. But I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean,
Yeah.
once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care.
Right.
Which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you?
No, I think so. I think so as well. For example, charging 1,000 coins for the cure for a dying woman seems a little, evil to me, but yeah, I think so, yeah.
Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power.
Oh, God.
And it seems leaving may not be an option.
I hear you. How do you remove a god from Oh, you're talking about removing the god, not the magistrate. How do you remove a god from power?
Good question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you'll give it some thought.
I'm not going to be able to stop thinking about it now. But alright, okay. I noticed the graffiti. Why does someone think you're a sinner?
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
You like men? Well, yeah, okay. I see. So, I thought that thing was acceptable in Rome. But yeah, okay.
And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi.
Yeah, go on. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that.
Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am.
Yeah, that's
or
what I
at
thought.
least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong.
Do you know who's writing the graffiti?
It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists.
You've got cultists here?
Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin.
Okay.
Can you believe that? If there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the Golden Rule.
Right. Someone might... Right, let me look into that for you.
What? Really? I didn't expect that. But thanks. It's always a pleasure to meet someone so selfless. I'm glad you arrived when you did. I'd start by figuring out who the cultists are. Or maybe ask around among the merchants here. Someone who lives or works in the forum must have seen something. But if you find them, please don't hurt or humiliate them. I suspect they're just confused.
Sure, I'll get right on it. You're a very forgiving man, Virgil.
Come back and let me know what you find.
I will. Okay. So at least we now know intolerance and bigotry doesn't break the golden rule.